Welcome back to my basic series here on OGS. We are getting a game immediately against an 11Q. It looks like we are 10Q currently. We are going to go in the opposite corner so we don't invite him to play diagonal against us. Saying hello to be polite. Now he has a 3-4, 4-4. I'm going to go grab 2 4-4 so we don't not quite playing the same thing as our opponent. He got an enclosure, which means he wants an extension, so we're taking that away from him. This is a really big vital, very big large point for our opponent, so even though it's not necessarily playing on, like threatening to take the largest side for us, it's still pretty big. Now he's approaching, I'm going to back off because we typically don't pincer in basic series. This is something I don't have to respond to, but I will. He has an extend, so if he gets an enclosure here, that's enclosure and extend, so we approach from the side immediately. And I too am going to grab a base here, like so. Now he should in turn play here, and I'll play high. The playing low is a little bit awkward. It turns like this into a forcing move, and this, and this, and this, and that one too, and the cap over there, and the shoulder head over there. Oof. So low, so low. So low. Alright, so next largest move is either 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. We can actually extend from the top greater than we can extend from the side because we've got like forcing moves here. So I will go ahead and extend here. I won't go too far because I don't want to leave a weak point behind with the 3 space. So I'll just go ahead and do a 2. I will go into the middle now since corners and sides are spoken for. We're going to go into this middle. Very, very basic opening theory. Now, the key to this is to treat these stones lightly. If your Atari is here, you can Atari back. If your Atari is here, you can extend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th line. That's all you need. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Okay, so I just read out a bunch of different things at once. I read out that I have force moves here, but they don't really do very much for me. I read out that I can shoulder hit this, doesn't really do much out for me. I can extend up here, maybe even a 2 space because we've got a pretty strong area here. Leaning towards that one, and then I kind of thought about getting more aggressive and playing something like this. But tell you what, forget forcing moves, we're just going to jump on out. We're not worrying about forcing moves, we're not worrying about getting the most. There you go. I could even connect this, to be honest. To be honest, because if I connect here, what's he going to do? A double Atari, I extend 7th line again, and we have stone. Stone for stone, 7th, pretty good. If he plays here, I connect. Whatever. I won't. I will... Atari, I'm back. I will connect because that's a little bit too many... I'm going to play here because I don't know, maybe taking was the right answer there. I didn't want to do Atari after I took, though, which is why I connected. Okay. I'm going to see if I can't make this area larger. It's kind of growing the top right now. Nothing's weak. Nothing needs to be defended. Don't really have any invasion points, really, so just grow. Play here next for growth. Because you can see we're just making an outer edge here. That move I like, but I think it's a little bit passive. He could have gotten the same thing by doing the exact same thing that I did to him over here, and then he's growing. We have like this battle in the middle for who gets the center. But I don't have to respond to that, so it's not touching my stone. It's not touching. If it was shoulder hitting, I'd respond. Attaching, I'd respond. This, not so much. I'm gonna poke. into a growth again. He's doing the same thing. But here's the danger of having two areas growing simultaneously. Like, if I play something like this, for example, I'm growing again while threatening to invade. You see how that works? He sees it, that's why he's hesitating. He wants to come up. He doesn't like me doing this. That's why usually you can't adopt, if your opponent's being like a builder strategy, you kind of can't really adopt the same thing. Otherwise, you sort of risk bad things. Alright, so here he's ignoring me, which is bad, because now he's going to reduce this glorious 6-line territory. Threaten double Atari. Threaten extent push. And then... sorry, my throat. I'm just going to connect that up. So we have 10, 11, 12 lines here. That's big. I don't care about these. I just want to protect my 12 lines of territory here. He can have 2 stones in exchange. We are not going to be small. Oh, he could have actually cut, I think. Couldn't he? Oh, no, not after that, I guess. Okay. Fair enough. Now I'm going to push here because there's an Atari. So if I Atari here, I can Atari. I can push there too. I can push here because Atari into take. So we've defended all of this. So now we're going to go and simply solidify here, and then we're fine. This is the end of the game. Game is pretty over, I think. We've got a lot of territory now. Alright, fair enough. Guess I'll poke? No, this is larger. I'm being stupid. I stopped thinking. This is larger. 100% larger. That's kind of large-ish. Go after 1 stone, then I can come in. Go ahead and solidify this. We're not going to be caught in the mistake of trying to save a stone. It doesn't really matter. This isn't part of this structure, so we don't care about it. This is big. This is big. That's kind of big. Yep, there you go. Now here. Yep. Now here. Yep, good. Now here. Oh, I can Hana here then. That's fine. The Hana here is... technically Sentai, so I'll allow it. Risky, though. Sometimes that doesn't really work, and the cut here is larger. So this was a really, really straightforward basic game. We're already in Endgame at move I don't even know what, and the game took like 10 minutes. Because he tried to... I adopted a build first, he went build second, but build second is hard to do in the face of a build first, because I was able to use my threats to grow my area to reduce him. Which was pretty big. Can play here because there's like an Atari here and a bunch of forcing moves. So he'll owe me. He will owe me. He disagrees that he owes me anything. They should get a defense out of him. This area is large. I mean, this is territory. I guess I could go here first, though. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. We won't play again because right now the cut doesn't work and I don't want it to work ever. I don't know. Just play here then, I suppose. Because if he plays here, I have to respond. That's 1 point. I have to connect 2 point. And here is something he has to respond to, so that's 3 point. If I get to Atari, that's 4 point. So anything worth larger than 4 points? I'm not really sure. Maybe this area was. Maybe that area was. I don't really know. The Atari here was larger than what I just did. And I just said everything. I just said it was too. Because it's forcing move, because like we take and then we take. And if he blocks without backing off, then we honey and go, or we cut and go to ko. That's stupid. I will go ahead and play here. Better late than never. Going Atari, because 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's this one. It's 1, 2. It's still about 3. I guess I'll go ahead and play here. Why not? In case he tries to get into weird, complicated attachments into cross-cut Joseki. Just gonna connect up my area. So I think this was like one of the most complete basic games that I've had against a 11Q so far. He's a bit passive. We just played solidly. We played corners, then we played sides. And it was time to go into the center, we just built the center. Of course, I'll go over all this in review. All of it, of course, will be in review. Let's see, what's he going to play next? It's not a bad attempt. Unfortunately, I can honey on the outside because that just dies. Like, if he goes up, it goes up into my stone, and then these cuttings don't matter. Protect cutting point. These stones are now dead. I think he wanted a cutting point to go after, or something, maybe somehow. So we just eliminated it. This group is completely alive, and it's connected. If he disconnects it, it's still completely alive. If he plays here, we'll just poke at his eye. We could pass. Living in here with no Aji is impossible. You need forcing moves in order to play here. Like, imagine 2 eyes. Like this, this, and then this, this, this is one example. Or this here with Sente, or this, or this without Sente, or something like this. It's like, how do you get all those forcing moves? You just can't. Just can't. So we'll play away. Keep this kind of low. And now we kind of have all of Or kind of all one group, so let's go ahead and play here. Just to be all one group. Aw, Centauri. That's not worth connecting, but I want to be all one group. I'll push. This is a forcing move. Atari. Yeah, okay. I can Atari here, so that's going to be forcing as well. Getting a little tired. I've played 3 basic games this evening here on OGS. One of which didn't count. Or was it 2 didn't count? No, did 1 count? Did I play 4? I think I only played 3, and then 1 didn't count because he left. Yeah, he randomly just like resigned the game in the middle of everything. I don't really need to either, which is weird. He was like, nope, resign. So this is forcing, starting to connect up, so we're gonna play it. I'll go ahead and connect up my stones. He wants to disconnect all of my rude. He wants to disconnect all of my groups. He wants to disconnect me. Alright, we got 2 points here. I'm not gonna disconnect me, I'm actually gonna connect that. This is the larger point. If you place here, I can play here, but I want to be connected, so I'm gonna play here. I'm also gonna go ahead and, I don't know, connect here, I guess. Again, this isn't really a shape, this is just something that you see in Tetris, so that I don't have any fear that this can live. Because I can't see a single point he can make right now to make an eye. Like, this is not an eye, that's not an eye, that's not an eye. So this group needs to find 1 eye in Sente, and then make another. I'm gonna go ahead and block that off so he can't come in. Now we're threatening to Atari, which is kind of big because it kills off all these stones. He does not get to disconnect me. I am one group. My one group is amazing. So usually you don't want to wait to the very end of the game to try these kind of reductions. We really need to see them growing first and then take care of them, not wait till they're solid and then reduce them. I'm playing here because you can see there's like a little bit of a table-y shape. So I'm just taking that for myself. I do not leave cutting points behind, so I'm backing off solidly. Then taking the next shape point. And then backing off solidly. That's a really good way to make sure that you kill things in your area. Just poke at the shape point and then back off solidly. Poke at the shape point and then back off solidly. Don't leave cutting points behind. And if everything was done correctly, we should be a-okay. You can get exactly 1 eye here. Making sure you can't, come in this area any further. All right, we'll go ahead and respond. We'll go ahead and connect, because we can push through that. But tell you what, I'll actually play here. Yeah, I'll respond. Yeah, I'll respond to this. Just to show that this isn't a shape. Because this is not even a bamboo joint yet. He has to extend to be a bamboo joint, and the bamboo joint doesn't have an eye. If you could extend and get this in Sente, and then there, then you could have something that I can't defend against. But he needs like this and this, these two in Sente. No, he's one of these two in Sente. And this is not Sente, that's not Sente, right? So we just cut that off. Well, not really cutting, it's a bamboo joint. We're taking his vital point. But even if we did get this one, we could always go back and display here and deny this one the eye. That'd be fine too. It's a shame that he's forced me to kill this. I mean, I didn't want to kill anything in this game. But I mean, if he takes all of my territory away from me through an invasion after I've sealed everything off, then obviously you lose. I mean, that's just fundamental. If you surround an area, you seal off an area, you make the area nice and solid, and then people start to invade it, I mean, if they live, I mean, you're kind of in trouble, right? I'm not sure what's going on over here. I'll go and deny that one too, I guess. No, I'll go and take the shape point, I guess. I don't know. It's a little strange. So this is still a point, because if you play there, I'm going to respond for 1. If I play here now, it's worth 1, but this is also worth 1. So this is like Gote 1 point and then into here, which is probably the best endgame. Actually, best endgame would be to play here, I respond, here I respond, no, here I respond, here I respond, and then this. And then I'll respond there too. And then that's the best endgame we can hope for right now. I'm getting kind of weirded out by the Audrey that's over here. Like Atari, connect, Atari, take, extend. Can't. I guess we're fine, never mind. He's fine, rather. Go ahead and make myself a point there. Yep, there we go. And then there's this one too, and that one as well. That should be it. Then should be all done. Good game for dealing with reductions again. It seems like we're getting a lot of repeats in there. We're kind of getting an area that they want to try to contest at the end of the game, and so they're just kind of like throwing on in afterwards. Actually, no, it's not it at all, is it? Our first game, it was different. Our first game, we built up an area, and then he did preemptively reduce. He just didn't have the shape. This guy had a little bit of trouble seeing it grow and do something about it, because he wanted to grow as well. So we have growth versus growth kind of like battling out in the middle of the board. And those are always hard. Those are always difficult to do. That's kind of rude. I'm technically one group now. I don't know. Play here? I'm not really sure. This area, this is dead. Only 2 points left on the board that I can see. Assuming we don't have to fill this, this, and this, then it's just this and this. Our last 2 points on board. I think that's it. I see that my webcam is actually a little bit off the side. I apologize for that. There we go. Now when I go there, we're fine. Okay. Wonder how long that's been that way. Alright, so he resigned. Thanks for the game. Let's go ahead and review. So in this game we blocked the extension from the enclosure, which is very, very basic. We backed off when he approached. Now, just for food for thought, this isn't really a problem, because if he plays it, at worst he's forcing me to get an extension here, which now this works great. Like enclosure, extension to an extension. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Or maybe I don't respond to it now and I double approach his corner. It gets a little bit aggressive. but it's you can handle it. Because this isn't a lot of territory down here. And if he responds to me with like something like this, I can go back and play here, and then he can respond and defend himself, and then I can take his corner. Something like this, and this is a full board Fuseki. Oh, it's not really a full board Fuseki. It's the common sequence that we see a lot. And if he backs off, which is my preferred, then maybe you force your opponent into getting influence, right? I have to be careful though, because if I play this way, then it's kind of getting sketchy. I'm under attack in multiple ways. So there's logic there, long story short. This was very, very basic. I like. This could be higher though, that's fine. I like. Maybe doesn't have to play that right now. Maybe he could do his building first. If he's the first one to build, I can't for the same reason, right? This is not something that's just gonna work. Oops, my bad. Because now, when he threatens his invasion, he grows. You see how I can't be the second one to grow in this area? In this scenario, rather? It was the exact same thing here. He couldn't be the second one to grow in my scenario either. Because like now he's a little bit too late trying to get the stuff growing here. I'm already there, so we just outbuild him. So if you're going to grow, decide early that you're going to grow. Decide early, decide quickly. Hang on to that crap. Also, you could have done something like... You could have been like, okay, I want to grow too, I want to play here, and I'm going to play here. But then maybe he plays somewhere in here. And I have to be like, oh my god, I can't let him build like all that at the bottom. Maybe I have to play here. And now suddenly we're both like fighting and reducing each other. And ultimately we're only going to get like the second and fourth line territory. Instead we got to grow. Because we ain't playing slow. Do. And now we play there. Yep. I like that one. It's not bad. And yeah, I think that's about the end of that game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Really, really easy basics. We just built the largest area. We didn't really do anything too fancy. Didn't get into any fighting to speak of. We just kept looking for where that largest point was, and it did us very, very well. So I hope you've been enjoying the series, DDKs. Hope the series of DDK Basics is helping you out as well. And as always, I'll see you fine folks next time. Take care, everybody.